All right, so I'm going to present you the new version of the WMS. So if I go on the, first of all, on the home page, I can see here all my environment that I can open. And you see here that I can open as many WMS as I want. On the left side, I will find all my menus, like receivings, breakdown, and so on. And I can select all the menus that I want. Then, if you see on the top of my screen, I have created my favorites, so which are linked to the user, so I can create as many favorites as I want. And if I have too many on the top of the screen, then I will see them on the right side here. First, what we can notice is that the application here is much faster than the older version on all the screen. Here I am in the repertory of the product. If I select a product, I can go and look the configuration. What is interesting here is to see that we have all the configuration on one page. So for my product, I see all the configuration on one page. I can select on the left the theme that I'm looking for, or if I'm not sure of the theme, I can just write a word in the search and I will see all the parameters that use this word. So it's much easier to look for an element of the configuration. If I go in the configuration of the menus, I will find exactly the same way to do. So for example, if I select my reception module and I look for the configuration, I will see here all the parameters on one page. And here on the left, I can select the shortcut to the information I'm looking for. And again, I can do on the top left hand side a research with the words I'm looking for. So for example, if I'm looking for the all the parameters linked to the validation of the reception, I write validation, and then I see all the parameters linked to the validation. On the top as well, you can see there is a reminder of where you are. And instead of clicking go back on the screen, you can directly click on the first level of the repertory. We still have in the application, something I want to show as well is, for example, here I'm in the consultation of the product, and on all the screen you will find some filters. So you can have all the filters linked to the columns of your screen. So if I'm looking for a kind of product, for example here, or the tablet like a Kobo, and will directly find the product. And I can add as many filters as I want. Okay. So on all the screen, we can have some filters. Then if I take, for example, a product here, I choose the product, and I will see all the palette in stock of this product. And you see, I have all the status on the same page. I don't need anymore to have the key F10 to change the status. And in my filter, I can say, well, I want to see only my palette stored, or I want to see only my palette being stored. So I can do a selection of what I'm looking for. As well, I can select all my line together to do an action, like for example, validate the storage. Then in the application, we will have as well all the steering screen. So for example, if I will have the screen to follow up the receivings, where I see the percentage of progression of my receivings by date, by dock, by reception place, and I see what I've done and what needs to be done by pallets or by boxes. And here on the left, I can see as well where I've been late. So see all the docks where I still need to have some work to do. I have the same kind of screen for the preparation. So here on the 29th, if I go and look in the afternoon shift, I will see all my detailed preparation and all my full pallets preparation. And again, by date of loading, by round, by preparation pass, or by dock, I can see the progression of my preparation, what I've done compared to what I need to do. And then I can go in the detail, and in the detail, I will see all the supports that need to be prepared, and I can check them by, for example, by date of loading, by order, and so on. And then here, I can come and select support, and for example, modify its priority or the dock to make it faster, to make sure that it will be prepared on time. As well, I can change the, what do you call it? I can change, for example, the resource, or select a resource and say, well, for this support, I want that Antoine prepare it because I know he's a good worker and he will do a good job. So I can select some people to do the work. I can modify the priority. And of course, I will see as well all the preparation where I am late. And as well for the preparation where I am late, I can modify the priority to make the preparation faster. Another steering screen will be the following of the forklift driver missions. So I will have the full pallet mission, the storage mission, replenishment, and transfer. And you see I can see the one that has to be done, that are being done, and that has been done. If I come back to the one that needs to be done, you see as well that I can modify the priority by doing some drag and drops, or I can modify the priority manually, and then the system will ask me, do you want to modify the priority just for the mission or for all the mission of the dock? So here I change all the mission of the dock. So it's a quick overview of the new version of the WMS. What I want to show you as well is what we are doing for the mobility. So we're working right now with Carrefour with a mobility project for the manager inside the warehouse. And so all that I'm going to show you is going to be available on a smartphone. So here I have a simulation of the smartphone, and I can see for the moment we are working on the forklift driver management. Then we will work on the preparator within the warehouse, and then we will work on the dock and storage. So it's an ongoing process, and the first application for the forklift driver is the management of the forklift driver missions and their priorities. So if I click here, I am on the dock, and I can see by type of missions the priorities. So it's the same screen as the one I showed you before, but it's available on smartphone. Then if I click on some of the priorities, I see all the missions. I can select a dock or a type of mission, and then I can modify the mission that I've selected, the priority of the mission I have selected. And so if I come back here, I see the mission that have changed the priority. So that's basically that it will be used by Carrefour on the docks or within the warehouse, and people will be able to change the priorities or to allocate some operators. The next thing that the R&D is doing is working on the allocation of the forklift driver to an area. So it will be available in 1 or 2 weeks, and basically we will have the vision of the people working inside the different areas of the warehouse. We will see the load of work there is to do, and the manager on inside the warehouse will be able to modify the place where the forklift driver should work. So it will be real-time management of the resources. So yeah, here's what I wanted to show you, and see you for our next another video.